Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. They're making the transition to spring. They've got everything that you need to make sure the outside of your home or business looks terrific. Sand, topsoil, and they've got plenty of mulch. 631-756-1125 is the phone number for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com website in a quiet weather period for a change, which is pretty good. For one thing, we don't have that many watches or warnings up this evening. We have a little bit of activity in and around the Northwestern Great Lakes and back through Minnesota and parts of South Dakota and northwestern Iowa. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings there. A few isolated winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories in New Mexico and southern Colorado. A few flash flood watches up in parts of southern Nevada and northwestern Arizona. Otherwise, actually, it's about as quiet as it has been in California in a long, long time. This has been one difficult winter. They do have more stormy weather coming, but for the time being, they're enjoying their quiet. This next weather system is doesn't have a whole lot with it. There are some showers and thunderstorms that are going on across parts of Texas and Oklahoma. We'll give a quick check to the Storm Prediction Center to see what's going on there, and we do actually have a risk tonight. There's a working tornado watch this evening in north central Texas, northeastward into Oklahoma. And you can see here it corresponds with an enhanced risk of severe weather. And that is coming with some tornado risk. We'll check that out. And yeah, it's about a 5% tornado risk. As far as tomorrow is concerned, we have a marginal risk along the Gulf Coast, southeast Louisiana, into the Florida Panhandle. And that also comes with a 2% tornado risk. And as we move on to day three, which is Saturday into Sunday, we have no severe weather risk to worry about. On the radar at the moment in the Northeast, it's quiet as of 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In and around the Great Lakes, we're seeing some showers back into Wisconsin and Minnesota. We've got some snow, and here you see tonight's round of severe weather with numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, up at as of 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and don't forget, when it comes to severe weather, make sure you go to weather.gov to your local National Weather Service forecast office site and check to see what's going on with the latest regarding severe weather. Rain wise over the next 7 days, well, precipitation wise over the next 7 days, not that much in the Northeast. We're talking about less than a tenth of an inch, and in some places, southeastern New England, no rain at all. Across the Gulf states, we're seeing 3/4 of an inch to some patches of an inch and a half or so in parts of Louisiana and Arkansas. And as we said about the West, particularly in California, the rains will be coming back, showing 1 to maybe 2 inches along up and down the coast. And in the Sierra Nevada, several to many inches of rain being indicated there, and I'm sorry, several to many inches of precipitation being indicated. Some of that will be in the form of snow. 80% or higher probability for at least two. Well, that's up in the northwestern lakes and also up in northern Maine. Otherwise, there's not a whole lot happening here with respect to snowfall. When we look out in the west, we've got some raised probabilities in parts of Colorado and New Mexico and also in the Sierra Nevadas, but no big storms that are coming in at the moment. So let's run through what to expect in the coming days. We warmed up nicely today. Temperatures jumped up into the 50s. Wind went around to the west, and now it goes to the southwest. Cold front approaching. All that rain you saw in the Midwest, that moves eastward. But this flow that's up near Lake Superior, that's going up into Canada, and the front itself is going to be weakening. So while there may be a busy radar tomorrow afternoon, earlier in the day, by the time we get to the late afternoon and evening, most of this stuff just pretty much falls apart. We're going to throw in the chance that there could be a couple of scattered showers in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England later in the day, Friday into Friday evening. After that, we have cold air coming in for the weekend. That's a cold high that's coming down out of Canada. We'll have some leftover highs in the upper 40s and low 50s on Saturday, but we'll be in the 20s to low 30s Sunday morning. And Sunday afternoon highs will probably only make it back to the low 40s or so. That high is going to hang around into Monday. We see moisture in the Gulf of Mexico. That doesn't look like it wants to come up the East Coast. The pattern's not really set up for that. Low pressure will develop off the southeast coast and probably move straight east. And that leaves us relatively quiet for next week until maybe the end of the week or even next weekend when we might see another cold front approach. But even here, latest weather models not really showing much of anything with regards to that. So after that big storm from a day or two, the last 2 days, and the strong gusty winds that we had to deal with, that the very heavy and in some cases record snows in parts of the interior Northeast, got nothing to worry about for a while. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 6317-561125, the phone number. Website omnitruevalue.com. See you on Sunday. No Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight. We'll see you on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.